This might be my favorite article that I found yet that I'm actually going to bookmark for myself. Because who is perfect? I mean, I can't tell you many times people have come up to me when they see my huge weight loss journey and they say, "Wow, you really have a lot of willpower. I can't possibly do that." No, I don't. And part of the reason is because I don't beat myself up for falling off the wagon. So let's go through this article together so you can actually see what I mean. Falling off the wagon sounds very harsh, so they just call it's a detour off the straight and narrow. So I'll give you an example. Our daughter got married this summer. I knew that there was no way that I was going to be able to go into this Midwestern town that didn't have high-end restaurants and really eat healthy without carrying a bag of broccoli in my satchel. And I wasn't about to do that. I didn't want to embarrass people. So we had a great weekend. I probably had more wine than I needed to have. I ate a bite of, they had cupcakes, and instead of eating the whole entire thing, I just had a taste. And I had gotten off of sugar so much, I was like, that was nice to taste, but I sure didn't miss that. Here and there, I ate great. Here and there, I didn't eat so great. But it was what you call a detour. And so what I did, I let it go. I didn't care. It was our daughter's wedding. What was I supposed to do? Just say, oh, that was horrible, and then have bad feelings about her wedding? No, that's dumb. So think big picture. 1 weekend of bad choices, 2 days out of 365 days, 0.5%, that's nothing. A week of vacation, 1 week of vacations, 2%. If you're good the rest of the time, that's not that significant. Those are the numbers you have to really understand. If you're running by the 80-20 plan and you derail here and there, so what? If the balance becomes that you're eating and choosing bad things like a box of donuts and you're not eating healthy, then that's on you. But that weekend that we spent at our daughter's wedding in the context of my whole year, I still kept the weight off. What did I do? I prepared before I went. I didn't carry broccoli with me, but I made sure I understood where we could go, and I had a good handle on what to order and felt real good about it. So I made sure my plate had nice amount of protein, as much vegetables as I could have, and either the fruit or the starch, not both, the fruit or the starch. I did have wine. I didn't have a ton of wine, but I did have wine. And occasionally I didn't feel so good because I overindulged somewhere along the way. And some of the food may not have been as great as I thought. So when I got home, I cooked the right food, the foods that really made me feel good. I have this meal that I love to cook at lunchtime, which is hamburger meat, where I throw in hamburger meat, beef broth, I throw in some zucchini, I throw in some little tomatoes, throw in some spinach, and I kind of make a soup. And it tastes so, and I put in a lot of seasoning, my favorite seasoning, salt and pepper. And I just felt better. Like my body was like, thank you for putting that back in. So you get back on that, like the train derails, well, get just back on where you were. It's not going to be the end of the world. And you don't have to exercise in penance. You wake up hungover. That doesn't mean you need to run around the block till you throw up. So what ends up happening is when you do these exercise and penance ideas, this is when I always got hurt. You cause inflammation. Your knees are swollen. Things are not good. And then you go running or something that you haven't been doing. Going for a walk, great. Nothing wrong with that. But don't go overdo it and hurt yourself because you had that glass of wine. You're just going to make yourself feel worse. So now that that's okay, now what? What do? You go back to eating like you were. You go back to eating those vegetables. You try to resist treats for a while. You go back and become satisfied with the good choices that you were doing before. And then when you start to get back on track, then you can go back to having that occasional treat and the paleo approved or whatever treats that that you can have that fall in all the right categories, so you don't feel like you're bad. So, if nothing looks good, have the crappy food. If you feel sick from it, you'll feel better. Drink water, take a nap. don't beat yourself up. Everybody does it. So when you're recovering from your adventure, move on. Just don't let it become your new habit. Don't let one derailment, don't let someone else or something you do rewrite your progress. You didn't go through all this trouble and all this journey to undo it all with one mistake. So don't beat yourself up and just do the best you can. It's not the end of the world. You can get back on it. No big deal. A derailment is not meant to be forever, unless you want it to be. If you want to keep your weight off, you get right back where you were and you'll start to feel better. Now, when you weigh yourself and you see that weight gain because of those mistakes, it's not permanent. It's inflammation. And as soon as you start drinking enough water and getting the right foods in you, your body will take it off in a few days. You can recover. It's not the end of the world. Don't own that new inflammatory weight as though it's permanent. It's not.